Get ready for a twist that will change everything you thought about the future of the NBA. Today, a news story that is revolutionizing the basketball world has reached our ears. Bronny James, the son of living legend LeBron James, could be on the verge of a spectacular breakthrough with the Los Angeles Lakers, according to a bold and detailed prediction by Dave McMenamin, the renowned ESPN journalist with privileged access to the team. After a rookie season marked by fierce criticism, constant questioning, and relentless scrutiny due to his last name, an insider close to the franchise assures that Bronny's time is coming, and it's arriving at a speed no one expected. Could this 20-year-old, who has lived under his father's shadow, become an unexpected star who lights up the league on his own merits? Or will he continue to be seen as a reflection of LeBron's immense legacy, someone who made it to the NBA more through family connections than pure talent? Stick with us as we unravel every detail of this prediction, explore step by step Bronny's rocky yet promising first NBA season, analyze his evolution in the G League, and debate what this means not only for the Lakers but for the future of the league as a whole. Do you think Bronny has the potential to shine on his own and silence his detractors? Or do you believe his career will always be weighed down by the burden of being LeBron James' son? Leave your comments below and subscribe to our channel to not miss a single second of this epic story. Let's start from the beginning, because Bronny James' journey has been anything but conventional. Selected with the 55th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft by the Los Angeles Lakers, his arrival at the team was met with an explosive mix of overwhelming expectation and deep skepticism. For many analysts and fans, drafting Bronny was seen as a strategic move to keep LeBron happy, who had made it clear he wanted to share the court with his son before retiring. However, Bronny's first months in the NBA fell short of the high expectations. In his rookie season, spanning the 2024-25 campaign, he averaged just 2.3 points in only 6.7 minutes per game, playing in just 27 games and scoring in 14 of them. His stats were modest, with a concerning 31.3% field goal percentage and 28.1% from three-point range, sparking a wave of criticism that questioned him as a player and as a draft choice. Some even said he wasn't ready for the league's pressure and that his place was better suited for college or minor leagues. But there's a side of the story that is often overlooked or underestimated: his stint in the G League with the South Bay Lakers, the Lakers' affiliate team. There, Bronny showed flashes of talent that could blossom over time, averaging 21.9 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 5.5 assists per game in several outings, while also displaying solid defense and a game vision that surprised those who watched him up close. What do you think of these G League numbers? Do you believe they are solid proof that Bronny has the potential to grow and stand out in the NBA, or do you think it's still insufficient given the pressure and expectations he carries on his shoulders? The man behind this optimistic prediction is Dave McMenamin, an ESPN journalist who has earned credibility for his detailed coverage and sources within the Lakers. According to McMenamin, Bronny is on the cusp of a major breakthrough that could shift perceptions about him. In his analysis, he highlighted Bronny's defensive potential, his ability to quickly adapt to the game's demands, and his relentless work ethic, qualities that have impressed the Lakers' coaching staff, including head coach J.J. Redick. McMenamin suggested that, despite limited playing time this season, Bronny has shown a winning mindset and a willingness to learn that position him as a long-term project with great possibilities. This prediction comes at a critical moment, following a challenging rookie season marked not only by the pressure of being LeBron's son but also by a significant personal hurdle, a heart condition he faced in 2023 while at USC, an obstacle that forced him to take time off and which he overcame with admirable determination before making the leap to the NBA. Are you surprised by this endorsement from an insider like McMenamin? Do you think he's seeing real potential that others have overlooked, or do you feel it's too early to make such ambitious predictions about his future? We can't talk about Bronny without mentioning the historic moment that marked the start of his professional career. On October 22, 2024, in the season-opening game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Bronny and LeBron James became the first father-son duo to share the court in an NBA game, a milestone that echoed throughout the sports world. It was an emotion-filled moment, with LeBron visibly moved and cameras capturing every detail of that shared debut. However, the media frenzy also served as a constant reminder of the enormous expectations weighing on Bronny. In that opening game, his minutes were minimal, but his best performance came much later, on March 20, 2025, when he faced the Milwaukee Bucks and scored 17 points in nearly 30 minutes of play, with an impressive 7 of 10 field goals and 2 of 4 three-pointers. It was a brilliant flash that led many to wonder if he was starting to find his rhythm, but it also highlighted his inconsistency, as he failed to score in 13 of his 27 games. What did you think of that performance against the Bucks? Do you believe it was a turning point that shows Bronny can grow, or was it just an isolated moment that doesn't change the overall narrative about his performance? The narrative surrounding Bronny has been as intense as it is polarizing since the day he was drafted. Many have labeled him a Nepo baby, a criticism suggesting that his place in the NBA owes more to his last name and his father's connections than to his own talent or merits. This perception intensified after his season at USC, where his production was limited, partly due to his recovery from a heart condition and partly due to the constant scrutiny that followed him. However, his supporters argue that his defensive skill, agility on the court, and performances in the G League demonstrate real potential worth developing. McMenamin seems to align with this optimistic view, predicting that with more minutes and a focus on his growth, Bronny could become a valuable player for the Lakers, perhaps even in the near future. Do you agree with the Nepo baby label? Do you think Bronny needs to prove a lot more to earn the respect of fans, analysts, and teammates, or do you believe he's already shown enough signs of his ability? Meanwhile, the Lakers find themselves at a fascinating crossroads. The 2024-25 season ended with an early playoff exit against the Minnesota Timberwolves, despite boasting LeBron James and the recent addition of Luka Doncic. A move that generated headlines and raised expectations to the Max Doncic's arrival was seen as an attempt to build a super team, but the lack of depth and chemistry in the roster was exposed during the postseason. In this context, Bronny emerges as a young asset who could be part of the solution if he fulfills McMenamin's prediction. However, with LeBron nearing the end of his career and Doncic positioned as the team's future leader, the pressure on Bronny to contribute meaningfully in the coming years is immense. Do you think the Lakers should give Bronny more opportunities in the 2025-26 season to develop his game? Or do you believe the focus should be on bringing in experienced veterans to maximize title chances while LeBron and Doncic are still in their prime? Another key element in this story is the impact of family dynamics. LeBron has been open about his dream of playing with his sons, and the Lakers' decision to draft Bronny seems to have been influenced, at least in part, by that personal desire. Following the playoff elimination, LeBron confirmed he plans to return for the 2025-26 season, citing among his motivations the chance to continue sharing the court with Bronny and his intent to break the record for the most seasons played in NBA history. This suggests the father-son duo could have at least one more year together, giving Bronny more time to develop under the direct mentorship of one of the greatest players of all time. What do you think of this family dynamic within the NBA? Do you believe having LeBron as a mentor and teammate is an advantage that will accelerate Bronny's growth, or do you think it adds extra pressure that could hinder his progress? Let's talk about the challenges Bronny faces on his journey. At 20 years old, he's competing in a league where the average player age is around 26, meaning his physicality and experience are limited compared to established veterans. The intensity of the playoffs, where the Lakers fell to the Timberwolves, underscored how far Bronny is from being a decisive factor in high-stakes games. However, his time in the G League offers a glimmer of hope, suggesting that with regular minutes and a focused approach to his development, he could close that gap. McMenamin believes the next step is to integrate him more into J.J. Redick's tactical system, the coach who has publicly defended Bronny's potential despite the criticism and initial stats. What adjustments do you think the Lakers should implement to help Bronny grow as a player? Should they focus on enhancing his defense, which seems to be his strength, or work more on improving his shooting accuracy to make him more consistent? The comparison to his father is inevitable but also deeply unfair. LeBron James entered the NBA at 18 as an absolute prodigy, with an imposing physique and skills that made him an instant star. Bronny, on the other hand, has taken a much slower path, influenced by his recovery from a heart condition and the constant scrutiny that comes with being the son of a legend. On social media, fans are divided. Some have praised his perseverance and effort after overcoming such a serious health challenge, while others continue to doubt his talent and view his performances as inadequate. McMenamin, however, envisions a future where Bronny doesn't have to live forever in LeBron's shadow but can build his own legacy based on his work and evolution. What do you think of this constant comparison to LeBron? Do you believe Bronny should be judged solely on his own merits and achievements, or is it impossible to separate his career from his father's impact on the league? Looking ahead, McMenamin's prediction could have significant ramifications for both the Lakers and the NBA as a whole. If Bronny takes off and becomes a relevant player, he could be a key piece in rebuilding the team around Luka Doncic and LeBron, especially if the franchise aims to maintain its competitiveness in the coming years. But if he fails to meet these expectations, it could fuel the critics' argument that his draft was a family favor, a move more political than sporting. Beyond the Lakers, other teams are watching closely. A success for Bronny could inspire more franchises to bet on young talent with famous connections, altering how family dynamics are evaluated in the league. What impact do you think a successful rise for Bronny would have on the NBA? Could it influence how teams decide to draft or develop the sons of other stars? Bronny's season also invites us to reflect on how talent is developed in the modern era of the NBA. With the G League becoming an increasingly crucial springboard for young players, Bronny's progress suggests that teams are finding new strategies to nurture and polish their prospects. However, the pressure of the spotlight, amplified by the James name, adds a unique layer of difficulty that few players face. McMenamin bets on his long-term growth but acknowledges that it will take time and patience, something not always abundant in a league obsessed with immediate results. What do you think of the G League as a tool for developing young players like Bronny? Do you believe the NBA and fans should exercise more patience with his evolution, or is too much expected of him too soon? On a personal level, Bronny's story is deeply inspiring. Overcoming a heart condition at 19 and then facing public scrutiny and doubts about his talent at such a young age requires impressive mental and emotional strength. His father, LeBron, has spoken with pride about his determination and ability to push forward despite obstacles, and McMenamin's prediction seems to reflect that family faith in his potential. But the big question remains whether Bronny can translate that courage and resilience into tangible successes on the court, overcoming the criticism and initial statistics. What inspires you about Bronny's journey so far? Do you think his personal struggle and overcoming it could be the fuel that drives him to silence his detractors and build his own career? To close, this prediction by Dave McMenamin opens an exciting and possibility-filled chapter for Bronny James and the Los Angeles Lakers. With LeBron planning to return for the 2025-26 season and Luka Doncic leading the team toward a promising future, the next year could be the decisive moment to see if Bronny can live up to the expectations being built around him. We want you to actively join this conversation. Do you believe Bronny will become the star McMenamin predicts, or do you think the doubts about his talent are justified? What would you do if you were the Lakers coach to help him maximize his potential and turn him into a key player? Subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and share this video with your friends to get more people involved in this passionate debate. Your opinion is essential. Leave your comments below, and let's keep following this story together that is redefining the James legacy in the NBA. See you in the next video.